Now, Massey's history of escaping custody dates back to 2007. So, Escapee Massey, or Antoine Massey, is one of two prisoners left. So 9 prisoners escaped. They caught 7 already. Now Antoine Massey is a serial escapee. Massey's history of escaping custody dates back to 2007 when he was 15. Massey broke out of a New Orleans juvenile detention center. Wow. After being arrested on suspicion of armed robbery and aggravated assault. So 15 years old, he was already arrested on suspicion of armed robbery and aggravated assault in 2007. So now we go into the present day. The feds raided the kitchen that Massey was at. He did the video from, asking help from Lil Wayne and Donald Trump, saying he's innocent and saying he just he was let out of the prison. Along as with 9 prisoners, he was let out. He's innocent. That's what he was saying in the kitchen. Well, the feds raided that house. They raided that house. And he was long gone, of course. So when he made that video, I'm like, okay, he's making a video in the kitchen. He's not going to be there. That video was posted after he left. Of course it was going to raid. They're going to look in the background and they're going to know the house. Somebody's going to know, oh, that's my kitchen. And they're going to, they're going to find out that he was there. Yeah. So 2007, when he was 15, Massey broke out of a New Orleans juvenile detention center after being arrested on suspicion of armed robbery and aggravated assault. 2007. Amazing. Wow. Let's read more. A broken lock at the center allowed Massey and 5 other juveniles to access metal shackles, which they used to shatter a window and escape. 5 other juveniles. So this is the same as he's escaping with 9 other inmates in present time. Well, he escaped back when he was young with 5 other juveniles. They had access to metal shackles, which they used to shatter a window and escape. The teens remained on the run for more than 2 weeks before authorities found him on an interstate in New Orleans. So they found him on an interstate. He's 15. He don't know, what to do. He ain't planning ahead. Obviously, he's 15. He have to learn. Now, look at him. He's one of the 2 left. So he's a serial escapee, and it's going to be hard to catch him. So 2 years later, Massey faced a charge of attempted simple escape in Orleans Parish online court records show. So he was charged with simple escape. Then, when he was 27, Massey and another inmate broke out of a detention center. He did it again in northern Louisiana in broad daylight. Now, let me read that again. When he was 27, Massey and another inmate broke out of a detention center in northern Louisiana in broad daylight by cutting and slipping under a chain link fence in the exercise yard. So this is his second attempt. When he did it, he did it when he was 15, and now 27, he did it again by cutting through a chain link fence in the exercise yard. Wow. Authorities believe the 2 fugitives were picked up by a vehicle with Texas tags, so probably had help. Massey was captured later that day in Texas. So later that day, he was captured. He had help. That was his attempt number 2. Now, and it says Massey had also twice cut off electronic ankle monitors. Wow. So he cut off. This guy is very slick and cunning. He cuts off ankle monitors. He'd been escaping detention since he was 15 years old. 15 years old, he was already having a life of escaping custody. Antoine Massey. The feds know that Antoine Massey is on the run, it's going to be hard to get him. Just looking at his history, it's going to be hard to get Antoine Massey. It's going to be very hard, as you can see. So it says Massey has also twice cut off electronic ankle monitors. Twice he cuts them off. Court records from late 2023 alleged Massey had tampered and or removed the court-ordered GPS monitors. 2023. Wow. This guy is it says Dennis told CNN he was astonished that someone with Massey's history of escape was being held on the first floor of the New Orleans jail. There isn't an ounce of this man's history that doesn't say escape. So somebody who knows Massey said, why was he held on the first floor? First floor. And if you look at the video, where was the correction officers? No officers was in sight. It's like 9 inmates just burst out of there, just walked out. They could have just walked. For all I see, they could have just walked out. Nobody would have found them. Nobody would have known. Not one officer was there to even, safeguard the situation. So it was very easy. And now we see who was in the mix of it. I guarantee you Massey was the mastermind of it. Given his track record, given his track history, Massey orchestrated that escape. That's why Massey is still on the run. This is his third time. He's on the run again. The feds know he orchestrated that. You know what I'm saying? As for the most recent escape, authorities are searching Louisiana and beyond, following leads all over the place. So this is the third escape. The officials announced $50,000 in reward money for any information leading to the arrest of either Massey or Grove. The combined $100,000 offered comes from Crime Stoppers, Greater New Orleans, the FBI, and other agencies. So you heard that right. Officials announced $50,000 in reward money for anyone with information leading to the arrest of either Massey or Grove. Now, Groves is the second person that got away also. Groves is also slick, Groves got away. So let's hear about Groves. So let me see. Let's find Groves. Let's go back up. So Groves, let me see. Groves is one of two. Let me see. Groves. Massey has evaded hundreds of authorities in a multi-state manhunt, but over the weekend, a man who strongly resembles the fugitive, who has 3 distinctive tattoos on his face, appeared in someone's kitchen in a video posted on Instagram. So now you gotta ask yourself, was this somebody's kitchen of a friend that he knows? Because when you look at the camera, was somebody holding the camera while he was making a video, or did he prop the camera up and make the video? The kitchen he was in, was it a friend's kitchen, or did he break into somebody's house and do this? Cause he's on the run, so he might break into people's house, steal cars, desperate times. So did he break into somebody's house and record that video in the kitchen, or was it somebody's, or was it a friend? So that's what they're working on right now. Was it a friend? So let me see. He is one of 2. Okay, so it says, let's find out. Okay, yeah, right here. 8 of the escapees have been caught. 8 of the escapees have been caught, mostly in New Orleans. Only Massey, 32, and convicted murderer Derrick Groves, 27, are still on the run. So they are definitely not together. Derrick Groves and Massey are not together. They're separated. So Derrick Groves is still on the run, along with Antoine Massey. You know what I'm saying? Yo, given his history, you know, he's probably out the state right now. He's definitely not in New Orleans. You know, if he's smart, he's gonna, you know, get distance. But, you know, if you want help from Trump, and like you said, you want help, you gotta turn yourself in and then let it play out in court. Other than that, you know, you better stay running. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna help you unless you turn yourself in and prove that you're innocent. Because you say you're innocent. Well, an innocent person would not be on the run. That's what they're thinking. If you're innocent, then why are you running? Why did you escape? So, you know, it's a tricky slope. You know what I'm saying? But he's very elusive. And he's gonna enjoy his freedom, you know, one way or the other. It's your boy Kavion. Hit that like, hit that like, subscribe button for your boy, and I'm out the building, y'all. Peace.